Guy, that's is it like a winter pullover you're wearing today? It's cold. I mean,
yes, it's a little chilly out there today. It's like in the low 30s out by me. You can
no, it's
still
cold,
see
dude.
it's light out, but it's cold.
It explains that you got, is that like made of Gore-Tex or something? What is that?
I think it's just a wool cotton blend.
Like a pullover? Is that maybe like a merino wool? Is that, yeah?
I'm not sure. It is a pullover. It's one of those things like what do they call those? Like a quarter zip. I don't want to zip it too hard because of my microphone, but
no, don't zip that all the way up. That's a bad look too.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Keep it all tight.
It's it's funny because that's brown, right?
It's actually green.
It's green.
I don't know. I mean, it's like a
Green's
foresty
the other brown.
Green.
Yeah. Would you ever wear a pair of Uggs?
No.
It's a cold day out there. I can see that outfit with some Uggs.
Under no circumstances. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I can't imagine there being a situation where. I'll give you an example. Maybe if the mailman came and I couldn't find a pair of shoes, and maybe there's like a thing of Uggs by the door type,
Yeah.
But
short of that. But if there was a thing of Uggs by the door, they'd have to be yours. I mean, they could be one of your. Well, they could be one of your kids.
Linda wears Uggs. Lily wears Uggs. So
right.
Yeah. I mean, there are. I mean, as I'm looking around, there are Uggs in the foyer, as they say, and apparently there are a pair of these. Who's that guy that married the Kardashian?
Kanye.
Apparently he has
Yeezys. Yeezy Uggs. So
no, just the Yeezys, the shoes. I can if I were to, I could walk over there and actually hold on. We don't try a lot of things here on commercial breaks. So
yeah, I mean, can we be on the move here? What do you got?
Be on the move here real quick.
It's exciting.
I'm just gonna. I'm going to take it in. I'm taking it into the foyer, and
you guys have a nice house if you have a foyer. I mean, that's proper.
But hold on, I'm
that's
moving,
like Sopranos. It's like a
I'm
Sopranos
moving back over now. This is the magic of. I'm sure Luke's not thrilled with this, but
no, he hates you because you've got to come back into picture that we spent a lot of time.
These are the Yeezys apparently.
Crazy. All right.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, well, look, it's interesting that your kids are home from school because apparently school's closing. School's closing everywhere.
School's out for fall, as Alice Cooper.
Yeah, Alice Cooper. By the way, I don't know if anyone can name one other song that Alice Cooper has created.
Is it like? Didn't he do like only 16 or? Something about, I don't know. I don't know any Alice Cooper songs. I really don't. I think he was not born Alice Cooper, by the way. I think his real name is like Vincent. Makes sense.
Would you rather be a boy named Alice or a boy named Kim?
Oh, Kim.
Yeah, I would too. It makes you Scandinavian, by the way.
Yeah.
If you're I mean, which is good as far as I'm concerned. I like, and the best, so Alice Cooper, School's Out for Summer, I believe that was on the Rock and Roll High School soundtrack for the Ramones, which was a great movie. You gotta check that out. PJ Souls is the little number in that, and I think he had a very strong soundtrack that also makes me think about rock songs related to school, right?
Rock songs related to school. I like that. Okay, what do you got? You have anything for me there?
Well, I've got
smoking in the boys' room.
Smoking in the boys' room.
Smoking in the boys' room. Did Motley Crue do a remake of that?
Now you're going in. We're going to another direction, which is remakes of songs by metal bands that they roughed it up a little bit and they made it better.
Wow.
And Leader of the Pack, I mean, they crushed it. As did Twisted Sister did Leader of the Pack and crushed it, as Motley Crue did Smoking in the Boys' Room.
It's fantastic. I think the original Leader of the Pack was like a 1960s song. I don't know if it was the Supremes or I think it was one of the girl bands, but it's probably under the Phil Spector label. Of course, the Wall of Sound is my sense. I don't know that, but I'm just throwing it out there.
So if you think about the news flow today, we've closed school and we're kind of we're kind of unclear of where we're going because of COVID. The markets are unclear where they're going.
Yeah.
And you've got a dynamic where the Fed continues to be out there whining like a school kid, whining like a school kid that they're not getting their way. And at some point, the Fed trying to push their way into fiscal policy, while I realize we're very critical that of what they've done with monetary policy, I'm getting kind of sick of the Fed here.
Yeah. And I think that's fair. And I think the market might be getting a little sick of the Fed as well, because I think there comes a point where you hit diminishing marginal returns. I've said it on the show. And, I got to believe with each passing day, we get closer and closer. Then you look at some of the price action. By the way, you had it wasn't just your power pitch. I think it's important to say, when Boeing was trading around 160, I know you're really talking about it in earnest and talking about the reasons why you thought that stock would go higher. Then you power pitched it, I think,
I did
in the 170s.
Even though it's called a fast pitch.
It traded up to 223 or so today.
Yeah.
What's interesting, though, is that it reversed, and it reversed on pretty interesting volume, and it reversed at a level that we topped out at back in June, which is going to be interesting to see if somehow Boeing puts in a top, maybe in the short term, for the broader market. I mean, it's had a great run, and maybe it is sort of I hate to use the term, but maybe it is a sell the news event. Well,
if you think about that, Boeing with their 737 MAX news, which I don't think was new news, but it's nice that they've had some formality from the FAA on that, on just an absolute disastrous situation for this company on so many levels, and obviously the sadness and the devastation around all the lives lost. But just because they get this deal done doesn't mean that there's necessarily any more demand for their planes right now.
That's right.
And they kind of need to hold serve with even the 787s and the more profitable. They don't make a ton of money on those 737 MAXs, and they're more profitable jets. They've actually been seeing that order book shrink a little bit. But what's very interesting is that the airlines continue to rally today. So Boeing has their big news and goes negative, but it's actually Delta and the airlines that continue to fly higher.
Which again, maybe that's on the back of the Pfizer. Then the data that came out obviously last Monday sort of backed up again today. I think a lot of the airline move, and Karen talks about it, you've talked about it, is predicated on the fact that the way to play these stocks, the way to play the market is not with the pharmaceutical names. And quite frankly, look at how poorly Pfizer's traded, and look at the move in Moderna from the time they announced it to where stock's trading at now. So maybe it is, getting in front of some of these airlines where I think we both agree things aren't going to change over the next couple of months, but maybe by hopefully midsummer or so, we'll get back to some semblance of normalcy. And that seems to be what the market's pricing in. But your point about Boeing, it's great that they're flying, but you can't create demand. And I think that's really what the market's coming to grips with now.
Well, and again, if kids are home from school, parents are home from school. And it just, at least in the short to medium term, if anything, it's going to be arrested development on the business world. It's going to continue to make it more difficult for people to get back to normal. There's no way kids are going back to school. And again, we're talking at least about New York City public schools, which is the largest school, Department of Education
1.1 million kids.
In the
and
world.
If you think about it, and I know we got to get out of here because Luke is going to have a conniption, and I don't know how to spell conniption, but I think it starts with K. But if you think about it, we're probably talking about January now, given we got Thanksgiving next week. They're not probably going back between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So we're looking at mid-January, which is really interesting, again, to use the word, and really, to me, something that the market should really consider. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
A hickey from Kanicki is
like a Hallmark card,
card,
but only the best shall do.
Yeah. All right. Take care.
Talk to you later.